Hey, Tammy, what are you doing there?
Hey Troy, I'm checking out this purse that I bought on Shop Goodwill.
Oh, wow, that looks really nice. But is it authentic?
It is. Look, here's the certificate to prove that it's authentic. In fact, Goodwill only sells name brands that have been proven to be authentic. I spent some time in e-commerce learning a little bit more about that. Would you like to listen in?
Absolutely.
Hey Jen. Hey, what you doing over there? Well, I am testing out some jewelry that we hand sorted that was donated.
Okay. What are you testing for?
Okay, so I am currently testing for metal content. So when we get jewelry sent from the stores, we hand sort and we pull out items that are either marked with a standard or maybe we just have a general hunch. So, for example, this piece in our thermotester, which tests the metal content, this piece in particular is marked 14 karat gold. So one of our sorters pulled it out. But as you can see, when we placed it into our metal standard, it actually is giving us a reading back of 11 carats. So unfortunately, this piece would be considered counterfeit. It's not uncommon for us to find counterfeit materials. Even though they have a mark, doesn't always guarantee that it's real. Here's another example. I'd already tested this one. It's a beautiful vintage piece. We would love to sell it, but when you place it into the machine, it's going to give us a very low reading. So if you remember from chemistry class, the periodic table, Ag is your sterling or your silver content. We need it to be up in the 90s. Unfortunately, this piece is down in the 50s. That is not uncommon for vintage pieces. A lot of vintage pieces from the 50s and 60s were counterfeited. All right, so here's a necklace that we've pulled out because it is marked. And so that just goes straight into the tester. And we're hopeful that we're going to see 14 karat gold pop up. And so that is then a piece that we have authenticated. You're probably questioning why it's not exactly 14. 14 counts as anything 13 plus. So this is now considered a 14 karat gold necklace. We will weigh it and list this individual item on Shop Goodwill.
Awesome. So how much do you think that might sell for?
Really beautiful white gold tone, probably in the $150 to $175 range.
Cool. And you said authenticated. What does that mean?
That means that we are guaranteeing that this is in fact 14 karat gold.
Okay. Can you do things so that's metal? What about stuff like diamonds? Do you authenticate those?
We do. We have a second tester. It's the Presidium Gem Tester 2. It also uses thermo energy to test stones. So this little guy here, we just gently press up against his belly. Though a lot of people might think it's sapphire or diamond, set in 14 karat gold, it's actually glass. So you'd want to see that little window pop all the way up into the sapphire range, but fortunately, just glass on a piece like that.
So Jen, what about handbags? I know those are pretty popular things and people want to know if they're real or not. So what do y'all do about those?
We get a tremendous number of designer bags in. We see a lot of Coach based on our location. So when we're looking at a Coach bag, we have a specialist who can authenticate it on a website, authenticatefirst.com. And first, we're kind of looking for quality. We're looking for specialty tags on the interior. She's trained to kind of know what kind of materials the Coach is going to use. So this would be a bag that we would send through Authenticate First because we believe it's real. But we also get a large number of bags like this. So we know right away this is not the patch style they use. They also don't use this type material. So this would be a bag that we would automatically know is counterfeited. And we do get a large number.
Okay, so do we sell the counterfeit bags?
We do not sell counterfeit bags. Not on e-commerce. Now all these bags are disposed of so they don't make the secondary market.
Hey Sam.
Hey.
I hear that you're one of our musical gurus here at Horizon Goodwill. So can you talk to us a little bit about how you would authenticate the musical instruments that come in.
But thankfully, the only ones that we really have to worry about are the $3,000+ guitars, which we very rarely ever see through here. Most of them will have a model number either on the inside of the guitar or on the back of the headstock. And that's where I use like Reverb or the internet is my best friend to look up like the actual model and name of it.
So have you gotten any really cool instruments in, whether it's a guitar or something else that you've seen come through?
My most favorite one to get in is a brand called BC Rich. They make these really funky metal pointy guitars. Those are my favorite to get in because they're just wild.
That is so great that our team puts in the effort to make sure that the products being sold are good quality. Hey everyone, be sure to check out shopgoodwill.com/HGI to see what fun things you can find. I'm on there shopping constantly, and in fact, my cat even gets in on the shopping. Soon, there will be special listings from our Washington County Public Schools donation drive. And you know what? See you next time.